Hi everyone, it's Cindy. I have some minced beef here. I'm gonna make some meatball and some spaghetti with some steamed broccoli. So I have my mincemeat here. We're gonna season this. So to this I'm gonna add some Maggi all-purpose seasoning, some garlic, some green seasoning, some shadow benny, a little bit of chopped pimento, and some onions, and salt and black pepper to taste. And to that we're gonna add, of course, some oatmeal. That will help to hold it together, and we're going to add 1 egg. So I have everything in here. I'm just going to give it a good mix, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. So this is what my chopped meat looks like after I have seasoned it. And then you're going to roll it into balls like this. You can make it whatever size that you want, or whatever seasoning you want to add to your chopped meat. You can go right ahead and do that. So I'm going to continue making a couple more meatballs, and then we'll move on to the next step. So if you have chopped meat left over, you can always use it for burgers, or you can use it as minced meat with a dish. So I'm just going to do some of the meatballs today. I'm not doing a lot. So we're going to move on to the next step. So for our next step, we're going to put your pot up to hot with some oil, and you're going to add your chopped seasoning in there. Your pimento, your hot pepper, your garlic, your onion, and a little bit of green seasoning. And you're going to allow that to cook for a couple minutes, maybe like a minute or two. So before we move on, I just wanted to tell you there are a couple ways we can do this. So this meatball, we can put it in the oven and bake it, or we can put a pan with some oil and we can fry it. But today I'm going to make the sauce and then put the meatball in there. So that's the step I'm going to show you now. So once that has been cooking for a little bit, I just went in with my green seasoning because I don't want it to burn. Just going to give that a quick toss. And then we're going to go in here with your marinara sauce. So I just added my sauce. And to that I just added some other Maggi all-purpose season, some black pepper, see that, and some salt. And if you have Italian season, you can go ahead and add a little bit of that. And give that a good mix, and allow it to all cook in there. So I'm gonna be using a can of cranberry sauce in this. So you see here I have a cranberry that I just opened, so I'm gonna add this entire can in there. So I'm gonna allow this to keep boiling. So I just want to add a little bit of sprinkle of sugar. This helps to cut that little sour taste in the sauce. It makes it a little bit sweet and a little bit salty, and that cranberry gives it a really nice flavor. You can use the jelly or you can use the sauce, whichever one you want. It has little chunks in here, but I like that. But it's optional, of course. So we're gonna allow this to cook and let all that seasoning cook in there. And then we're going to add the meatball to this. So I'm going to add a little more water to this so this can keep cooking for a little while. So while I'm waiting on my sauce to cook up with all that seasonings and all that yummy goodness, I have a pot here with boiling water. I just heavily salted it. I'm going to add my spaghetti to this and allow it to cook according to the directions on the packet. So I just added a couple basil leaf that I had in there. If you had it, you can definitely add it. Sorry, but if not, you don't have to. So a quick trick for when you boil in any type of pasta, you can go in there and add a little bit of oil. This prevents it from sticking together. So there we go. So my sauce has been boiling for a while, probably like maybe 10 minutes, and this is what it looks like. It has thickened up a little bit. So now we're going to go in there with your meatball. So I'm going to continue doing this and I'll show you in a minute. See that? So you gently move it around because you don't want your meatballs to fall apart. So you're going to allow this to cook in there. If you need to add a little more liquid, you can do so after a couple minutes. So you're gonna allow this to continue cooking here. Depending on how much gravy you want to leave in your meatball, that's how you're gonna take it down. So make sure you taste for salt and for pepper, and you can adjust. I'm gonna dish this off, and then you guys are gonna see how it looks. So once your pasta is finished boiling, you're gonna add some butter to the pan, and then I'm adding some parsley flakes. If you have the fresh, you can go ahead and do that. So once that has been cooking for like about a minute in there, you're gonna add your pasta back to this mixture, and you're gonna give it a good mix. So this is what your pasta should be looking like. So I'm gonna dish this out and show you guys what it looks like.